The National Super Alliance today held one of its most vibrant street protests within Nairobi just a day after its flag bearer, Raila Odinga, withdrew from the October 26th repeat presidential poll. The party's loyalists led hundreds of supporters in peaceful demonstrations across various streets within the capital, with the opposition promising that from next week, the demos will take place every single day as they seek to push for electoral reforms. Timothy Otieno reports from the city centre.
Just a day after the withdrawal of NASA flag bearer Raila Odinga from the much anticipated political bout, and his supporters would not let their spirits be dampened. They would gather in their numbers, men, women, and even animals, seeking to re-energize their protests with the hope that the ensuing pressure would yield meaningful results in their quest for electoral reforms. Amongst the frenzy, we spot 27-year-old Francis Shiranda, who has been attending these demonstrations ever since they were announced 3 weeks ago.
Nitangangana na wenzangu hadi dakika ya mwisho wakati ambapo haki itapatikana. Ikishindikana, Mwenyezi Mungu aseme tu kweli imeshindikana, lakini mimi naenda nayo hadi mwisho.
Even as the crowd snaked its way around the Nairobi streets, Francis was evidently amongst the most vocal. The father of two has been jobless for years and believes Raila's candidature would perhaps have changed his tides. The leader's withdrawal from the race has now added him more impetus to agitate for fairer elections in a process he believes was marred with irregularities.
Naona amefanya vizuri ambapo tupatie IBC muda. Silisema haina muda, tunajiondoa, tukae kando, wajipe muda wenyewe, wajipange mpaka ile wakati watatuambia kwa tayari. Na kwa saa hii, hata saa hii niko sure kwamba siko ndani ya akili ya Raila, lakini niko sure imbapo kweli zile demands zenye NASA tunataka tukipatiwa, kesho utatuona tukiwa kwa debe.
The group led by Siaya Senator James Orengo was united by their profound slogan, "No reforms, no elections."
No reforms.
At one point, the procession was met by tear gas canisters, which were lobbied against the group, forcing them to regroup. By the time they made their way to the IEBC head office at the Anniversary Towers along University Way, the message was clear.
There will be no election in which Raila Amolo Odinga is not a candidate. There will never be.
NASA now adds that from next week, the street demos will be conducted on a daily basis until meaningful reforms take place at the IEBC offices.
Hii mambo ya kuchezea baba game kila saa imesimama, si ndio? Baba amejitoa kwa hii race ili turekebishe nini? IEBC.
Hatuwezi kukubali kamwe kudhulumiwa haki yetu ya kidemokrasia katika nchi yetu, hiyo haiwezekani kamwe.
From the 26th, IEBC has 90 days to plan for a fresh nomination process and an election for the Republic of Kenya.
The group is now hoping the withdrawal of Raila Odinga from the October 26th poll will legally force election officials to begin the entire process from scratch, leaving more time for NASA reform demands to be met. And for many like Francis, who promised to go to the streets daily, they hope the people's voice will echo into the annals of history if at least they have their way. It's the withdrawal from the 26th October presidential re-election that has seemingly re-energized the NASA supporters, who insist that the numbers witnessed today is just the beginning of what they term as a tsunami meant to sweep electoral reforms into the country before Kenyans can once again head into a presidential election. Timothy Otieno, KTN News.
In Kisumu, several people are admitted in hospital, some with gunshot wounds, following clashes between demonstrators and police this afternoon. The demonstrations began peacefully in the morning before turning chaotic. Rashid Ronald has the details.
Victims of the demonstrations that turned ugly here in Kisumu being brought to hospital as Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Referral Hospital this evening. Most victims are from Kondele Estate. We counted more than 10 victims here. Some have been taken to other hospitals in Kisumu with gunshot wounds. The demos, which were led by Kisumu Governor Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, began peacefully in the morning. They will later turn ugly in the evening. Rashid Ronald, KTN News, in the county of Kisumu.